An Obi-Wan Kenobi movie is officially in the works with the director already in place and is to be one of the next few standalone films already greenlit by Disney. This is great news for Star Wars fans around the world. Of all the standalone movies, this is the one fans have been clamoring for. Obi-Wan Kenobi's character has been a fan favorite ever since Ewan McGregor's portrayal in the prequel trilogy. While Alec Guinness did a fantastic job playing as an old hermit, it was McGregor's performance that really brought the best of the character to the big screen. There are a few reasons to dislike the prequel's Kenobi, isn't one of them. There are so many stories to tell between the time Obi-Wan left Luke Skywalker in the care of the Lars family leading up to when he saves Luke from the Tusken Raiders in A New Hope. That being said, what cast should be in this upcoming standalone movie? Some of these choices may surprise you. Ewan McGregor. A standalone Obi-Wan Kenobi movie cannot be complete without the man himself. Ewan McGregor played such a profound character that nobody else could possibly be cast to take his place. McGregor has made it known that he wants to return to a character that defined his career, so how could Disney say no? McGregor brought such gravitas to a likable character. He showed the vulnerability of the character, like when he was caught scouting Jango Fett's ship on Geonosis, or when he left Anakin to die on the volcanic planet of Mustafar. Kenobi wasn't perfect. He became wiser as the years went on. He may have studied under the tutelage of Qui-Gon Jinn, but still made mistakes. If this film takes place many years after Episode 3 but before the events of both Rogue One and A New Hope, then we should be seeing a wiser Kenobi as we did in the original trilogy. Speaking of Qui-Gon, Liam Neeson, what do Qui-Gon Jinn and Darth Maul both have in common? The answer was that both characters didn't have enough screen time in a Star Wars movie. While Darth Maul has already been reinvigorated in the Star Wars Clone Wars television series, Qui-Gon Jinn's story hasn't been as fleshed out. Even though Qui-Gon died a noble death, it would be nice to bring him back, and who better to do so than the great Liam Neeson. For those who've read the fantastic novel Kenobi by John Jackson Miller knows where I'm going with this. Though the novel is great, it's not considered a true part of the Star Wars universe. You'll hear the term canon thrown around from time to time, and this novel is unfortunately not canon. Whoever ends up directing this standalone film would be doing a disservice to themselves if they don't at least take some inspiration from the novel. In almost every chapter, we hear the voice of Qui-Gon speak to Kenobi as he's learning to cope with the deserts of Tatooine. Assuming the movie takes place during this time period and primarily on the sands of Tatooine, it wouldn't make any sense to not have Liam Neeson in some capacity. He doesn't even have to appear as a Force ghost. Just hearing him speak in the mind of Kenobi would be enough. After all, Lucas hints at this near the conclusion of Revenge of the Sith when Yoda explains to Kenobi and states, "In your solitude on Tatooine, training I have for you." An old friend, Qui-Gon Jinn, has learned the path to immortality. One who has returned from the netherworld of the Force. Your old master. How to commune with him, I will teach you. It would be foolish not to feature Qui-Gon in some capacity, and this is a legitimate reason why they should. George Lucas left the door open for that possibility. Now would be a great time to tell this story. Joel Edgerton and Bonnie Pease, while not as significant as the other two, having these two actors back would be a bonus. Edgerton was a no-name at the time of his brief appearance as a young Owen Lars at the conclusion of Episode 2 and 3. Now, he has starred in famous movies such as The Great Gatsby, Warrior, The Gift, and this year's horror film It Comes at Night. Edgerton doesn't have anything to prove that he's now become an established actor. Peace, on the other hand, hasn't had the same kind of success. She has done a couple of short films while also starring in a few episodes of the television series Sundays, which only lasted for one season. However, this doesn't mean that she can't reprise her role as Beru Lars. While there wasn't anything in her performance that screamed we need her back, it would be nice for Disney to give her a role, even if it's just a cameo like before. Having both of these actors return would be fantastic and would certainly help with the continuity of the franchise. Disney could opt to recast, but I believe it would be a disservice to the fans, but even more importantly, a disservice to the actors. Whether or not these two actors reprise their role, they must have the Lars family in some capacity, especially if Lucasfilm considers bringing in a much younger version of the boy who eventually defeats Darth Vader, young Luke Skywalker. Unlike the previous choices, this is a character that would have to be recasted. Obviously, you can't have an older aged Mark Hamill play a much younger version of himself, but the story cannot be complete without us witnessing an immature moisture farmer. This casting would have to make us believe that we are seeing a younger version of Luke. Aside from bringing McGregor back, this may be the most crucial of all. Fans were very dismissive of Jake Lloyd playing a whiny Anakin Skywalker from Episode 1. Though we can't expect this Luke to have much to say, it would stand to reason that fans especially don't want an annoying teenager. In fact, it might be best for the young Skywalker to not say anything at all. He could easily be mentioned by name and that would be enough for me. Or they could have him in the background, just so that we are aware of his presence. Lucasfilm must tread carefully with the path that they choose, or the fans may end up disappointed with the outcome. So those are the actors whom I would personally bring back for the Obi-Wan Kenobi standalone movie. Do you agree? Would you want to see this cast return? Go ahead and share your thoughts in the comment section below.